Hi, welcome to Gary's Hobby Studio. In this video, I'm going to go over some things about the P53, show you it playing a game, and also the Windows 11 checkup, because somebody asked a question about it, if it can play games, and I figured it could, but I didn't do it because of the fact of the whole work thing, and I didn't want to, get in trouble, because knowing my luck, I would have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you about the P51 that I currently have, because I did purchase my P53. And here I installed the Windows 11 PC Health Check application of Microsoft's. And as you can see here, it says that it doesn't meet the requirements, but if you look at all the requirements, it passes everything else. It passes 2.0 TPM, supports secure boot, has plenty of RAM. I'm going to max it out at 64 gigs at some point. And it has a terabyte drive, and it has at least 2 cores, and it has 4. So everything meets except the CPU. Now, I think I looked their recommended list by clicking on the more about supported CPUs. And I think there's one I found, but I have to find it. So my two choices to use Windows 11 on this is either A, replace the CPU, or B, use the bypass hacks to install Windows 11. I'm thinking about trying it just to see what the performance is like on this, because I did try it on my W540 and it just ran really weird, where at least this is a little newer, might have a little bit better option. We'll see. If you want to see any videos on me trying to bypass the checks and everything and seeing if it works on the P51, leave a comment below. So there's that. The other thing I want to try with it is possibly installing using the ISO from Blackmagic Design for CentOS 7. See if I can install DaVinci Resolve, see if I can get it to work. I tried the same thing on the W540, and the W540 it can't do it. No matter what way I tried, whether it was with Debian, Fedora, I could get the app installed, but it never worked correctly. So I want to try this and see what happens. I've got a couple of spare drives I can use so that I don't mess up Windows on it. So as you can see, there's only one thing stopping this. So now let's switch over to the P53. And as you can see on the P53, it shows everything here. And we'll do the check now. And it shows that Windows 11 is supported on this machine. And so basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the show all results, and the secure boot is supported, TPM 2.0. The processor is an i7-9750H at 2.6 gigahertz. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. I want to max this out. I think this maxes out at either 64 or 128. I can't remember which. And if we keep going down, it has to have at least 2 or more cores, and it's got 6. So it's got 12 threads. Perfect virtualization machine if you want to turn it into like a small virtual server for like running Proxmox or XCPNG or anything like that. So it can definitely run Windows 11, and which is great. Because of that. So this one I might upgrade at some point. I have to add 2 hard drives to it. They're both 1 terabyte drives from Samsung that I got so that I can basically do the same things with it as I do with this one. I may even buy 2 more licenses for DaVinci Resolve so that way I can, like use one license to test with on machines and one license to actually install on that, because I do want to keep the license on this because I don't know, because again, it depends on if I can get DaVinci Resolve to work, but that's neither here nor there. So let me go ahead and close out all this here on this machine. And the next thing that I'm going to touch on is I'm going to run Doom Eternal. That's about the most intensive game that I have for it. And I don't know how well that's going to pan out. I did update the drivers because I did test it and it was a little funky in a way. So let me go ahead and pull up Doom Eternal. Let me switch over. Here we go. Okay, so I've already got the cam link muted, which is fine because I don't want to get any kind of copyright strikes or anything for playing Doom music, especially with the way YouTube is. Yeah. Love all this stuff that comes up. All right, so when I want to customize on this, because I want to see how much it can do. And full screen, 16 by 9. We are going to turn this up to 1920 by 1080. Triple buffering. I don't know if this supports HDR or not, and I'm going to try it just to see what it'll do. I'm going to try turning on as much stuff and see, because it could be using the Intel processor video. There's gamma. Okay, so this processor doesn't support ray tracing. Or the graphics chip. Overall quality, custom, high, ultra. Everything's turned on the way it is. I think I'm just gonna leave it the where it is. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is for everything else. Well, isn't that a how do you do? Oh, there's enough VRAM. I don't know what I would have to. Let me try adaptive. Maybe that'll fix it. Lower what? Let me take out HDR then. Leave that on. Oh my god, seriously? Okay, let me pause this for a sec and I will come right back. Now this is with whatever defaults are on. So we'll see what happens with this. I'll probably have to hit escape, maybe customize the controls, because I know it worked. Sorry for no audio. I basically don't want to have any kind of copyright strikes or anything like that. I don't think this control is going to work. I just got a gut feeling. And I'm probably going to die because... controller. Yeah, I don't have a... I don't have a thing, so I'm going to have to... Yeah, I really suck. Yeah, I died. So let's see, we'll load the checkpoint again. And I want to see how high of video settings we can turn this up to. Want to do that. We'll leave triple buffering alone because that worked. See if we enable HDR, if that's what kills it. Yeah, that looks like that's going to do it. Let's turn that off, see if we can apply changes. Okay, so, which I don't understand why, but apparently if you try to do 1920 by 1080, it will basically not function for some reason. Now, that could be because of it could be using the NVIDIA graphics chip. I mean, the Intel graphics chip inside of the processor. Or it could be let's do retro console. Or it could be the limitations of maybe the graphics. I have no idea what the hell that is. Custom high, ultra. Leave all that alone. Let's see what this does. Ooh. Yeah, that looks kind of ugly if you turn on all that stuff. Yeah, so basically, it can do it, but you gotta leave certain things alone. let me see, retro console. Let's turn that off and see if that improves the look. I'll let it kill me, since I really don't have a control to really do it. And then after this, okay, that looks good. I mean, everything still looks to be really good. Like I said, I really need a controller. And I'm gonna die. All right. So basically, what you got there, and I'll just go ahead and leave the microphone where it's at right at the moment. Well, here, let me see if there we go. Okay. So basically, what you saw is that it can play games. Was playing Doom Eternal. You might have to turn down some settings and stuff to get it to look acceptable. That rasterization of classic console, that's probably why it looked the way it did. But, I mean, everything was moving pretty smooth. There wasn't any problems or anything. So it's actually a fairly decent little machine for mobile gaming. Like I said, I don't have anything current, not any kind of Call of Duty or anything most people are playing right now, because I don't play games the way I used to. And if I would, because I've just got other things going on between things me and my wife are doing, going to roller coaster parks and stuff like that, running the channel. I don't know. Okay, so basically my final thoughts is that the game, the P53 can definitely play games. You might have to tweak settings, see what you can and can't run. Apparently, Quake's threshold is definitely not the T2000 chipset that's in that. So my next video is going to be me installing these. So, as I always like to say, if you like what I do, please like, subscribe, share it with anybody that you think that would like to watch any of them. I'll have links in the description for my Patreon or not Patreon, my Subscribestar and other social media platforms. And as I always like to say, have a good day, guys. Take care and see you in the next time.